EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. And tonight we've got an AFC matchup in store for you, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Denver Broncos.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
And off we go from Denver. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
First and 10 at their own.
Here's Nix to throw right away. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game. And it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Nix. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
That's going to be a good matchup for him. Using him out in the backfield and telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
Here's Nix. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. There's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. They'll get it up near midfield at 49 before being taken down.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. 2 yards on the
Jackson eluding the pressure right. Down the right sideline. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
Now Flowers on the jet sweep. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They work now on 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Henry up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 1 yard and now no yards. Have him looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Tyler Luke now to try the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early game.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Nix. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And the Broncos, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Throwing Nix. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Nix going to give to Harvey. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
1-yard line.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. On the sneak, it's Nix. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Bo Nix scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Broncos have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Broncos 7, Ravens 3. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again to Henry. Fighting through. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
Here's Jackson to throw.
And 4.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, Carmen?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Jackson and the rest of the offense staying put. They will go for it on 4th. From the gun, it's Jackson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. J.K. Dobbins, a 23-yard run. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
14, Ravens 3. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Lutz now to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Jackson now. They set up the screen for Henry.
And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
5 yards on the play.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They're going to try and throw.
They're looking deep here for Flowers.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, they go with Harvey.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Nix to the air.
Completes it to Evan Ingram. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
In motion left goes Sutton. Harvey now on 1st and 10.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
R.J. Harvey,
a 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Broncos 21, Ravens 3. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Lutz now to kick this one away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
2nd and 9.
A shotgun handoff to Henry.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
The tackle made back at midfield.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Will Lutz to kick off for
the Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
1st down, Baltimore.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 4.
To throw is Jackson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. The Ravens send their punter out now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
In motion left goes Sutton.
This quick pass complete to Sutton. So nothing doing there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Out of the gun, a run with Harvey. And he will have the Broncos first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, he got 4 on third down.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And that one out wide and intercepted. Picked by Nate Wiggins.
And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
No gain on the play.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the Broncos' 46-yard line.
Again, it's Henry.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews, 32 yards. And the Ravens are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Extra point right down the middle. And it makes the score 21-10.
Ravens 10. Tyler Loop to kick off for
Now
Baltimore.
after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away.
Marvin Mims on the return. The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got a man complete. Through the middle of the field. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 81 yards. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Lutz now to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23.
He'll start with a give to Henry.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Jackson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Lutz to try to end the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35, Ravens 10. Will Lutz to kick off for the
So they'll get
Broncos.
another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard
The
line.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Complete.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line.
And the Raven 1st down.
Throwing is Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Walker.
Complete to
And they'll get him
Walker.
down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Jackson.
That's complete. Left side to Bateman.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard
A
line.
gain of 14. 1st down, Baltimore.
Now it's Jackson.
And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Again, Jackson flush to his right.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And the Broncos force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and
Denver
10
offense at the
their
line,
own
ready to
10-yard
go.
line.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
J.K. Dobbins,
And he is met in his tracks
Trey
behind the
Hendrickson
line
on
of
the
scrimmage.
tackle.
Across the
tackle
line
made
and to the
back at his
ball
own
quickly there,
6-yard
Trey
line.
Hendrickson. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Another run here with Dobbins. There he goes up the right sideline. He's to the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Lutz will look to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Lutz now to kick this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throw caught by Flowers.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Now it's Jackson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now Jackson.
Connection with Walker going across the formation.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 37. Jackson from the shotgun. And this complete to Henry over the middle. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 28-yard line.
Jackson will throw again. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
On his loop for the extra point.
And that will cut this lead down to 25.
Makes the score Broncos 42, Ravens 17.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's good for a Broncos first down.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
Off the play fake, here's Nix.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws, has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts.
A gain of 21 yards. And a Raven first down.
To throw again is Jackson.
And this one too low.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
From the gun on third down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Denver Broncos.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
And off we go from Denver.
And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Right to the air is Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And as talented as he is, you know he's going to see a lot of footballs coming his way in this one. They want to get him involved. And here, they were hoping for something right out of the gate, but that one falls incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
From the gun, Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and now fall incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. Jackson now.
That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Intercepted. It's a turnover on downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Ravens 25.
To throw, here's Nix.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And the Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Harvey.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
R.J. Harvey
from 17 yards out.
And the Broncos use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Lutz now to kick this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
On the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
He's brought down at the
Here's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard
Now
pickup.
Lamar changing the play.
2nd and 3.
Jackson eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. And now they'll shift things around.
They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. That is caught. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
69 yards.
And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Tyler Luke now for the extra point.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
3rd and 5.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
They're going for it with Dobbins.
And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Boy, a curious decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Jackson to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Flowers.
Complete to Zay Flowers. A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Baltimore.
To throw is Jackson. Oh, Andrews has it. What a catch. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
Henry.
It's halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Second and goal from the 1. Jackson's going to try the sneak. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful for the yard out. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And it's no good. He misses the PAT. So file that one away. Could eventually loom large here as the night progresses.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Oh, what a move. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Once more with Harvey. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. In motion left goes Sutton. From the gun on third down, it's Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Oh, Sutton, a nice catch. And he'll be stopped right there at the 28.
2 more yards. That's another Broncos first down.
Nick's going to give to Harvey. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Nix to the air. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another Broncos first down. First down and goal to go.
They run straight ahead with Harvey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. R.J. Harvey with his second touchdown here this first half. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. Lutz with the extra point. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point.
14. Ravens 13. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Lutz now to kick this one away. Now a hit and a loose football.
So problems there on the return. Very costly. Not what you need when you've just surrendered the lead.
Not at all, because this now has a chance to really snowball on them quickly. Their offense was on the sidelines talking about getting on the field and getting that score back.
Here's Nix.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
2nd and inches at the 14-yard line.
Throwing Nix.
Touchdown! R.J. Harvey on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. What's good on the extra point? And the lead is up to 8.
Broncos 21, Ravens 13. Will Lutz to kick off.
Lutz now to kick this one away. Nifty move. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Jackson now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
First down, Baltimore.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
Finds Hill on the crossing route, complete.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Gain of 13 yards. First down, Ravens.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Jackson will keep it. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. This time Jackson will throw it. Dancing to his left. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good.
Broncos 21, Ravens 19.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here. To throw is Nix.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now it's Nix. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Nix. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
A 49-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. A handoff. Here's Harvey. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back to throw. Nix. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line.
2nd and 12 at the 44-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. That one taken in. It's Troy Franklin. There he goes right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 56 yards. And the Broncos are able to widen their advantage. Lutz with the extra point. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Broncos 31. Ravens 19. Will Lutz to kick off for the
Lutz now to
Broncos.
kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that can make this a 3-possession game.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
How about this? They'll change it at the line.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
And the Raven first down.
Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. And credit the tackle to Brandon Jones.
Brings up 2nd and
Has a nice
9.
job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Flush to his right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble in 2nd down.
Only a short game there, but that's okay if you're the offense. They brought a lot of pressure at him, and he uses athleticism to at least get back to the line and make 2nd down a lot shorter than it was looking for a moment.
To the right side, into the hands of Flowers.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
A gain of 15. First down, Ravens.
Now Jackson.
That one into the hands of Flowers.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
He's out of bounds at the 11.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up second down.
Second and 6.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Third and long.
Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
So typically you'd say nice job defensively to force a decision on fourth down. But they've already gone for it once and converted, so you better make sure your defense stays out on the field and is alert.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Evades him at the 20. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's second and inches.
Now Dobbins again on second down.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And the Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's a give to Dobbins running right.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
1st and 10
to throw, here's Nix.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
17 more yards. That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Looking to throw. Nix. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Nix. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line.
A gain of 19 yards.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Back to throw again. They'll roll him out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Bo Nix.
A 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Broncos have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try.
Broncos 37. Ravens 22. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Lutz now to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing. Jackson to Henry.
At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Jackson.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 19.
First down, Baltimore.
Here's Jackson.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
At the 11-yard line.
Jackson to throw.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score.
37, Ravens 29. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
At the 5-yard line.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And 7.
Here comes third down and 7. Out of the gun, they go with Harvey.
And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14.
By Kyle Hamilton. A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable.